1954 USA 1-cent coin. Today, we're diving into a coin that's been in circulation for generations, the unassuming 1954 US 1-cent coin, the classic Lincoln wheat penny. The rumor is persistent. Tucked away in that jar of loose change is a 1954 penny worth a fortune. But can a coin from a year where over $500 million were minted truly be worth money in the millions? Well, hold on to your loops, because we're going to navigate the vast ocean of common sense to find the few, almost mythical exceptions that prove this rule. We'll tell you exactly what the $1 million headline really refers to, why your average 1954 penny is worth just a few cents, and show you the tiny details that could genuinely turn a penny into a small fortune. Let's start with the facts. The 1954 Lincoln wheat penny was struck at 3 different U.S. mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Philadelphia, no mint mark, over 251 million, Denver, D, over 251 million, San Francisco, S, over 96 million total mintage, a staggering 598 million. With numbers like that, the value of a typical circulated 1954 penny is quite low. If you find one in your change today, it's primarily valued for its cop and its sentimental status as a classic wheat cent. In average condition, these coins are typically worth only a few cents to perhaps 30 cents. So, the average 1954 penny is a charming piece of history, but it's not your lottery ticket. To jump from cents to millions, we need to look for extreme anomalies. The truth behind the $1 million penny headline almost always lies in one of two places: either a massive, famous error from a different year, or coins from an entirely different era. The 1943 copper cent, this is the real $1 million penny. Struck when the mint was making steel pennies to save copper for the war effort. A few copper blanks were accidentally struck with the 1943 date. These mules are worth a fortune, with one selling for over $1.7 million USD. Another famous error: this coin has a clearly visible double image on the date and lettering. This coin can fetch tens of thousands of dollars for a top example. The 1954 penny is often confused with these legendary coins. However, there are specific 1954 varieties that have achieved astounding, record-setting prices, though they are usually in the thousands of dollars, not the millions, with one colossal exception we will address. Now, let's talk about the specific 1954 cents that collectors are searching for. These are the ones that turn pocket change into something substantial, though it takes a perfect storm of condition and error. The San Francisco Mint struck the fewest 1954 cents. While a common 1954s is cheap, finding one in gem uncirculated condition is incredibly difficult. Collectors specifically look for coins graded as MS67, mint state, or higher, with full red RD color, meaning it has retained its original copper red luster. And here's where the value spikes: a single, certified, perfect example of a 1954s Lincoln cent, graded PCGS MS68 RD, holds a publicly recorded auction record of $12,000 US. That's an incredible amount for a penny, but still far from the millions. Rumo, the Denver Mint, produced several highly collectible repunched mint mark (RPM) varieties in 1954. This happened when the mint worker had to hit the working die multiple times with the mint mark punch, resulting in a ghost or secondary impression of the D. While most RPMs at just a small premium, the strongest, clearest varieties, especially the triple punch D, in high grades can command anywhere from $50 to over $300, depending on the clarity of the error and the coin's overall condition. Here is the only hypothetical link to the millions: a genuine, documented, spectacular mule error coin from 1954. A mule is a coin struck with two dies that were never intended to be paired together, e.g., a penny die and a dime die. If a 1954 penny was accidentally struck on a blank intended for a foreign coin, or on a silver dime blank, it would be a unique and immediate multi-million-dollar coin due to its unprecedented nature. The key is, no such error coin from 1954 has ever been publicly verified and sold for millions. It remains a numismatic fantasy based on the existence of errors from other years. So, you've got a 1954 penny. How do you check if it's one of the valuable ones? Forget the myths and focus on the facts. Check the mint mark. Look under the date. Do you see a D, Denver, or an S, San Francisco? The S is less common. Use a loupe, 10x magnification. This is essential. Carefully examine the mint mark for any doubling or extra images, the RPM varieties. Then, check the date and the letters in Liberty for any doubling, which would indicate a double die obverse DDO error. Check the condition. The red factor, is the coin bright, copper red, with its original shine? Or is it brown and worn? If it's a perfect red, uncirculated coin, you have a chance at the thousands of dollars, especially if it's a 1954S. Look for major errors. Look for the obvious. Is it struck clearly off-center? Does the coin feel too light, struck on a thinner planchet? Does it have a missing design element? If you think you have a pristine, high-grade coin or a clear, strong error, your next step is to have it authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. That little plastic slab and certification is what turns a $10 coin into a $10,000 coin. The 1954 Lincoln Wheat penny is a beautiful, common coin that captures a moment in American history. It reminds us of a simpler time and the incredible volume of currency needed to run the country. While the dream of finding a multi-million $1,954 penny is a delightful myth, the truth is that the extreme scarcity of certain errors and the incredible demand for the absolute best preserved examples mean that a very tiny number of these coins are indeed worth a small fortune in the thousands of dollars. The real treasure, however, is the fun of the hunt. Keep checking your change, keep educating yourself, and you might just find that rare, high-grade 1954S that proves the exception to the rule. Thanks for watching.